Hello there, Nikki Does here with an update on 3D printing. The first thing is, if you watch some of my videos, all three of these Prusa printers are now printing correctly. Now that I've removed the E3D hot end from here and replaced it with the stock E3D. So I took out the E3D Revo and I put the stock E3D one back in. And I don't get a thermal management error any longer with the current firmware 3.13.0 or something like that. That's not why you came here, but 3.13.3 rather. So hopefully there's a new version of firmware that comes out that uses the E3D Revo hot end properly, and it's something that I can re-engage with. The reason you're here is because some of you are having trouble with PLA bed adhesion like this, trying to print a Gridfinity grid, a fairly wide part, and you get one corner that peels up. You can see this peeled up right in here, and we had a key rash where all this goobly goo got up. And this was an experiment last night where that print bed, both printing on original PEI steel sheets, smooth steel sheets, that print bed was not washed. And you can see in here a little bit of a look. Let's see if I can get this to show up on camera. You can see a look of two overlapping Gridfinity grids. This was one print over here, the square parts in the center. So these square portions here, here's one of them. Let's see if we can get this to show right here. And then I reprinted another one without modifying the surface at all, offset a little bit on purpose to see what would happen. And that one didn't print correctly. Now this one, which I printed up on this printer, did print correctly. The difference, you say, and I've done hundreds of prints with this before I released my video because so many people say they have the magic bullet for solving PEI bed adhesion problems. Prusa itself states that you should wash this, scrub it, in fact, diligently and aggressively using Dawn dishwashing liquid for those of you in the United States, and I don't know if that's available in other countries, but the Dawn dishwashing liquid. And then there's lots of kind of folklore around making sure that your fingers are clean and that you use clean towels and you use lots and lots of water. I always found that to smell a little bit like cow excrement myself, but because the idea of getting one molecule of oil, whatever the oils are, off of here seems ridiculous. So in any case, if you notice under my utility sink here, I have a number of cleaning products, Simple Green, Fast Orange hand soap, what I call Sex on the Beach soap. It's the really gritty stuff, and mostly Simple Green and that sort of thing. So this one is the one that I'm using, and this happens to be Fast Orange, but I think GoJo would work just the same. And all I do is put about, I don't know what you'd call that, half a milliliter of it or so, enough to wet the entire surface. Now this stuff is already hand friendly. It's meant to wash your hands. So I'm really not going to be putting on gloves or anything. I'm not scrubbing this aggressively. I'm really just going to rub it on the surface. I don't know that you could just layer it on and take it right off. I don't know if that would work because I've done that a little bit loosely and it doesn't seem like it works the best, but I do kind of rub it in a bit, just my fingers. Not a ton of it. I'm pretty careful not to get any on the back because that makes my life harder. And if you notice hanging on the printers, let's see, up, now my hand is all full of gritty soap. I've got some paper towels up there. So after I'm done with about this much rubbing, I'm going to go over to the sink. I rinse it off till it's not gritty. I take one of these paper towels, which I've already used many times. I just wipe off the majority of the water from it. And certainly that shadow of the print is gone. So not sure how I can exactly show that, but there's no shadow of the previous print left on here. So if I printed all sorts of illicit stuff, I guess that's another way you could remove that, right? So that seems gone, right? So now if I print with this sheet, and this one's already preheated, but let's just change the sheet out. And this one I already washed. So now if I print with this sheet, it will print beautifully. So let's upload a new print to that. I've been printing, by the way, from bulk filament rolls, which are, I can't really pan the camera up that high, up there. So 5 kilo bulk filament. I've kind of abandoned the 1 kilo rolls. These are a few that I have left and some empties, but kind of abandoned that, and I'm working with the bulk stuff now. See if we can't zoom us in a little bit. It's all stuck on nicely. That's one way you can tell if your print is going to stick, is if the skirt is nicely adhered to the bed, and it is. I've already started the one below it too with its new sheet. Let's try that one too. Yeah, that stuck nicely. I had to peel it up. It wasn't too hard, but I had to peel it up to get it off.